Hi, my name is Buschner, and I read an article, Memories Weaken Without Reinforcement, Study Suggests by Pam Bullock. This article talks about memories and whether or not they are actually weakened or if they are just piled on top of and not as easy to recall. The study that they did is to show that memories are actually weakened. How they did this was they had participants look at pictures and they assigned pictures with a cue word that was unrelated. For example, they were given a picture of Marilyn Monroe and a picture of a hat and were told to use the cue word as sand. So when they gave the cue word for sand, then they told the participants to recall which picture or what the picture was of that was the cue for sand. And they told them to remember the first one, so it was Marilyn Monroe in this situation instead of the hat. So participants over and over chose Marilyn Monroe, Marilyn Monroe. To test whether or not the memory of the hat was weakened or if it was just kind of piled on top of, they gave participants 2 pictures of Marilyn Monroe and 2 pictures of a hat and asked them to choose which picture they had previously seen. Compared to a standard, people chose the Marilyn Monroe picture just as well as they did the standard. They were able to recognize the exact picture of Marilyn Monroe they had been shown. On the other hand, with the hat, they were not able to recognize which exact hat picture they had previously seen. This shows not the correlation between the word sand and Marilyn Monroe or the hat, but the actual memory of the hat. They did not remember the hat as well, because that memory was weakened since it was no longer being reinforced. Now this does have practical applications in psychology, one of the biggest ones being with people who were maybe abused or went through a traumatic experience. These people, how do we treat them? Can we actually weaken that memory enough? And this study shows that yes, the memory can be weakened and it won't be there just piled on top of. This is also important in things like court cases or a witness's testimony. Can we peel off all those top papers to remember that memory, or is that memory really gone?